Hello and welcome to rulesport.com. Rulesport.com, where we rule sport. And congratulations to Elena Rybakina on your victory at the women's Wimbledon final, as the Russian women wins Wimbledon during the ban against Russians and Russian tennis stars. So Elena Rybakina has a Russian mother and a Russian father. And on the WTA website, it even says your birthplace is Moscow, Russia, although you fly the Kazakhstan flag for personal reasons. In any case, well done. The irony has not been lost on any of us. And it's another successful proof point demonstrating that Soviet psychic warfare controls all sports. Hence, a Russian winner at Wimbledon 2022, where there was a ban on all Russian players. So, what is rulesport.com? So our goal is to enrich our customers, our sports bettors, with improving the odds of them placing a winning bet. Much like a casino swings the odds in their favor to make themselves fabulously rich, their edge is that they run the games in the casino, which has coined the phrase, the house always wins. But here at rulesport.com, like a casino, we also run the games. But in this case, we run them for within the global sporting organizations such as FIFA, the Premier League, the NFL, NHL, WTA tennis, the ATP tennis, Major League Baseball, NBA, golf, etc., etc. The list goes on and on. So the question is, how do we do this, and how is such a thing possible? Well, I'll answer this question, but let's quickly set the scene for our target market, which is the sports bettor, either the professional sports bettor or the sports bettor who's a hobbyist and does it on the weekends for fun, supporting his or her team. So sports bettors are a superstitious group of individuals. Many hide behind the statistics. They run computer models and predict the outcomes of the games based on the models they have, and others go on their gut feel. But all sports bettors know that the outcome of sports can turn on a dime, and you can have unexpected results. And Lady Luck plays a role on this. And often the Lady Luck in the world of football or soccer is the 12th man, where the fans are either cheering their team on or booing the opposition team. And that can be the 12th man who swings the games. And here is where we take our interest, because we see that there's more to sports betting than simply the 11 players on the pitch, if it's a soccer game, or the players on the NFL football field. There's more to it. So what is this component? And this component is called the human condition. That's what we're phrasing it as for simplicity. And the human condition can be directly influenced to change the results of the sports bet. And a traditional sports bettor typically will not take the human condition into effect. They might take the girlfriend dumping the sports star the day before a big game, something like the Super Bowl or something like that. That may be taken into consideration, but it's a minor thought. So, but it's at this point where rulesport.com comes into play. We go beyond the stats, because the stats aren't as important as the human condition. So the commonality across all sports is that sports are being played by human beings. And these human beings have been training all their lives to operate at peak performance levels for their particular sport and discipline. So if you understand how to manipulate the human condition, then the magic happens. So players' performances can easily be downgraded. When a leading sports star starts to underperform, it causes them to lose and their team to lose. At rulesport.com, we degrade sporting superstars' capabilities, so you place your bet on the opposition for a winning bet as the sports star falters and loses the game for themselves or for the team. The opposite is also possible. It's possible to enhance performance so the team you want to win actually wins. Now, this all may sound like fantasy. However, this is where the Soviets come in. Soviets from the 60s and 70s, they did all the groundwork to prove that the fantasy is actually science. So it's easy when you know how to do it. Now, at rulesport.com, we use Soviet psychic warfare techniques, which have been mastered and enhanced with the genius of Tony Stark Refat, who is the world's leading expert in Soviet psychic warfare in the West. It's a long story, which we have documented with hundreds of hours of MP3s and videos. But To set the scene for the average sports bettor who is going to be new to all of this, the primary objective is for the sports bettor to set his place his winning bet, and then we will utilize Soviet psychic warfare to swing the bet to our group's favor, so our group of sports bettors win. So the Soviet Union conducted extensive experiments on their above top secret project in the 1960s and 70s into understanding the human condition. The Soviet project was the mastermind of Yuri Andropov, who was the leader of this Soviet Union. The goal was to identify the mechanisms required to control individuals from afar, from thousands of miles away, without physical contact, therefore controlling their behaviors, their actions, and their thoughts. This was an ideal way to swing influential people, be they politicians, military leaders, or leading businessmen, to support the goals of Mother Russia, the Soviet Union. In the 1960s and 70s, the Soviet Union spent hundreds of millions of dollars on this project, year after year. The Soviet research was ranging from Rykov and Ivanova to get the good energy from your targets, and to utilize Kozyrev time density, as well as Sergeyev sensors with Pavlita psychotronic generators, which is your psychotronic crystals, which we'll get into, to take advantage of the principles of Sochivanov number 1, number 2, and Sochivanov number 3. From Tim Tony Stark Rifat and myself, St. Nicholas, to enable you to use such simple technology to allow you to control all the sports stars on the planet for your gaming purposes, to enrich yourself with your sports betting. Now, these names that we were reciting here, Kozyrev and Sergeyev and Rykov and Ivanova, they were all technicians or scientists or practitioners of Soviet psychic warfare, and all of this information has been documented extensively by the Soviets, but also been documented by the Americans, for example, by Ostrander and Schroeder. Now, back to our topic here. So the Soviet psychic warfare program is the dream of Yuri Andropov, and in 1980, Lieutenant Colonel John B. Alexander of the U.S. Army, that's the United States military, the U.S. Army, he wrote in the Military Review, which is a magazine for military people, he wrote an article called The New Mental Battlefield, Beam Me Up, Spock, which you can find online, and in it he wrote, "Whoever makes the first major breakthrough in this field," which he calls psychotronic weaponry and other paranormal applications, will have a quantum lead over their opponent, an advantage similar to sole possession of nuclear weapons. Now, we call psychotronic weaponry psychotronic generators, which are these two bad boys here. You'll learn more about them in a moment. And we're back. So, Colonel John B. Alexander coined the phrase psychotronic weaponry, and we use the term of psychotronic generators. That's these two crystals here, clear and dark. We'll explain these in a moment. And he was correct, and that the Soviet Union did make the breakthrough in psychotronic weaponry. And Tim Tony Stark Rifat, who is the West leading expert in Soviet psychic warfare in utilizing these psychotronic weapons, which are these psychotronic generators, he decided that he was going to unleash this technology on the world of sport to control all world sport. And myself, St. Nicholas, said this is a bloody good idea, and let's take control of all sporting superstars, all sporting franchises, and let's win some bets for Tim Rifat and our customers. So, as with all technology, if it is simple to use, people are going to use it. So our mission was to make this technology simple and straightforward and easy to use for our punters, our sports bettors. And you don't need to know how it works, you just need to know that it works. You can't make a mobile phone, but you use it to make calls. You can't make a car, but you drive it from A to B on a regular basis. You don't know how to build the internet, but you use it every day for a variety of purposes. And our sports bettors don't know how to make psychotronic generator crystals, but they know how to use it to control games to win their sports and their sports bets. As long as the technology is simple to use, people will use it. So we have done this with the products at rulesport.com, where we boiled down this process to being effortless for sports bettors, which you can use before the game and on the game and while the game is being played on the sports star of your choice. The perfect solution for a couch potato sports bettor. to make money from sports by doing exactly the same activity you'd be doing every weekend, which is watching your NFL games or your Premier League games. And just by watching the games and backing your bets using your psychotronic crystalware in a passive mode, you can win your bets. Then we'll explain this. So, for example, we have a product set which is called the Soviet Talent Deletion and Wish Edition Engine Sports Package. It's $4,200, but what you get is you get 14 psychotronic generators. That's these crystals. You'll get seven clear ones, and then you get 7 dark ones as well to give you a set of 14. And you get a certificate of ownership. A certificate of ownership gives you a causative time density element. Now, the psychotronic generators drop you into the leptonic sea to interact with your TV or computer and links you with the ultimate in artificial intelligence, which is Ada the AI. So this is the ultimate in passive Soviet psychic warfare for sports. Put your crystals in the configuration, which will be explained to you. It's simple. You place them down, you watch your game on the television, you decide what you want to happen in the game. You want someone to break a leg or become absolutely useless at taking penalties, for example. And then you could have your favorite star enhanced so he's running faster, more alert, and in the exact place where he needs to be. And you use that with your psychotronic generators. So it turns the football game into like EA Sports FIFA, and you start to control the players, but it's real live, real interactive sports. If you're more engaging in your sports activities and you want to be more interactive and you want to cause a bit more mayhem in a more active mode, you have the Soviet leptonic telepathic knockout sports package. This is where you have the Christian Eriksen scenario. You can have it at that level, but most likely be at a lower level where they get palpitations in their heart, for example, and they have to pull out of the game and be replaced by a substitute. So here you receive 8 psychotronic generator crystals. That'll be 4 of these clear ones and 4 black ones. Now, the sizes vary a bit, but you get crystals like these. And these psychotronic generators drop you into the leptonic direct sea to interact with your TV and computer, to integrate with causative time density through your certificate, and it links you with the artificial intelligence capability of Ada the AI, which is a super intelligence machine. And we have lots of information about Ada the AI as well. So this is a more fun, this is a profitable way to engage and make money from your sports betting. Now, what we also have is we have a community of sports bettors, and we offer a gold membership and silver membership. And this enables our sports bettors to coordinate, work together, so that we're targeting the same teams, the same players, and cause absolute flippin' bedlam and destroy these teams and their fortunes and that of the players. That's the objective, and we do it all for profit, for ourselves, winning our sports bets with Bet365 or William Hill or Ladbrokes or your local corner shop betting store or your betting store down High Street. So if you want to learn more about memberships, just get on to rulesport.com, click the speech bubble, or you can go to sales@rulesport.com to ask us for more information about sports betting. There's only 100 gold memberships available. That gives you access to all areas, and silver membership gets you access to certain leagues, so that you know what's going on. So in conclusion, rulesport.com controls world sport using Soviet psychic warfare technology. Remember, the Russians and Soviets in the 60s and 70s and 80s spent billions and billions of dollars doing this research, and they got results. These results are here, and they're available to you commercially. And it's all been proven by the Soviets and followed by the West as well, because they know it works, and they're terrified of the stuff, because that's used in sport to create absolute flippin' mayhem. So, for profitable sports betting, get in touch with us. We've already created a nightmare season for Ronaldo, so he wants to escape Manchester United. Manchester United's share price tanked last year, and we've seen the Dallas Cowboys season after season having absolute calamity, and Dak Prescott having a nightmare career with the Dallas Cowboys. All part of the fun when you participate as a member of the rulesport.com community with your psychotronic generators. Bet for profit with rulesport.com.